Oh, yeah. And this is a poem about, it's really based on the death of my dog, which I'm still not being able to cope with because he's my best friend, you know, and this is called Starlight. Still comes back. Flash through a portal in Maytime as a blackbird sings from apple blossom trees, its love song carried on the wind. Yes, I called you. I wanted to see you, hear you breathing in the dark. You dazzle me with your new light as I climb bewildered on the clouds. In the heights of my dream you disappeared, a Cinderella cat spaced out with your longings. In time's notions, wanting, waiting to return. In your new rich body, woven by moonlight. You lay down in the centre of my room, on the wooden floor, your eyes green crystal, staring me out so my tears fell away, in hiding from the moon and compelling stars. We converse like just before at Pentecost, obsessed with communicating by the looking glass of time's reflections. We continue to love, it's clear. You are here, we exist in each other. Never deny me a dream, a serene recognition. From under the ground where you rested between the dead and the living, you drifted back like smoke. You really came for me, to comfort me as I cried. Your dear face never denying me a smile, leaving just for a while your wolfish fraternity, your natural ghostly family away in space, cast aside for a while. The next one is about a flower that's just been reintroduced to Wales, one that was missing for 100 years, and they just replanted it, and it's called Rosy Sacrifice. My mountain jewel, tiny flower with silver petals, braving the Welsh rain. A golden eye hovers as greedy hands gather you in. Infinity beckoned. You remained in the depths of storm-sodden lands for at least 100 years. We wish that you were here to awaken our senses like a virgin bride on a Snowdon mountainside, a feisty gesture of wilderness in the moon's next phase. You're here to stay as sunset invades your eyes, lost and found. Yes. And the last poem I'm going to read today is called Squeeze, because I heard that the Chinese were out there on the dark side of the moon, and they were digging and looking for stuff, you know. So, squeeze, gathering lunar rocks. On camera, my robot's hands, feeling in the cracks, prizing. Time exudes formats, essence. Loneliness as the moon, layers of dreams and nightmares to ponder on, to poach. Stacked in a volcanic station, we freak out at the nature of things, a shock of colours from an ancient universe, technicoloured hairs searching for a host. It's a fair game for aliens trapped in time, in a volcanic station where we congregate. In the meantime, satiated in mysteries, exploring our sci-fi genes, sounding off in tongues, an inquiry into the soul where we landscape. Twilight shadows invade the screens. We are the true primitives, the refugees, delivered from our AI chips, impervious to current needs. Did we meet in sacred circles, in another mindset, squeezed together, our thoughts entangled, iced in with other remains? We used to be secure, shadowing our other selves on the dark side. We are the past and the future, fixed in time, explaining our complicated selves in a Rubik's Cube, recurring in replicas, unable to solve the puzzle, gathering lunar rocks in the future. Is that creeping ghost really me? Thank you. Those are the
Stigmata. Journeying in the land of Moria, a cloud stretched to the very horizon. I carried the knife released from the jailhouse. I carried the firestorm over the prairie. Journeying in the land of Sodom and Gomorrah, I stretched out my hand and broke my guilty heart. In the reflected glory of the field mouse, its heart beating faster than in my Trappist monastery, refining and purifying gold in the spirit of the sundown. I carried the knife in my veins from the madhouse. I stretched out my hand to sacrifice my son, a covenant shriving me clemency to the clergyman. It's an enshrined execration of life and death, ultimately meaningless. Our fortifications are destroyed. I'll see out my days as a treasure seeker, speaking till the last judgment on Golgotha. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my. Susie, you have as the blackbirds sing from apple blossom trees. And you say blossoms, not apples, not just apple trees. So we have the time of year set in there, and it's gorgeous as well. And blackbirds were my favorite thing
I love it.
in Montmartre. They were so prevalent.
Yeah,
Uh,
beautiful bird.
and I'm still sad for the loss of your dog, and you have in your new rich body woven moonlight. Oh my! And as sunset invades your eyes, such cosmic images, and it's a fair game for aliens locked in time. I love that. And then, especially the high register of these lines where you say, "We are the new primitives." It's such a big social statement and poetic statement that it resonates so strongly. I love that. And Robert, I didn't write any quotes down. I was like so concentrating and closing my eyes, and I love what you did with all the biblical references, and then your characteristic, journeying back sense, and how we're, really in this space where all time exists at once. I adore that sense in your poetry, and I was really rocked, and I had to deeply listen. I wasn't scribbling. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you,
Glorious.
Dad. It's
Thank
lovely
you.
of you to say that. Cheers.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Perfectly sincere.